let's dig into it. So the first thing that I want to look at with you guys is my production calendar. My production calendar is basically a place where I store all my work, my YouTube stuff, basically everything that I need to do that is linked to me working with clients or me linked with YouTube. Now, there's a couple reasons for me to choose this calendar over my regular, Apple calendar, which is right here. The first one is I can share this with producer. The second one is I can leave a lot more notes per day or per, block than I can with Apple calendar. The third one is there's a list view, which is really nice if you get a lot of Excel or Google Sheet documents with dates of production days that, are still to come. And the fourth one is there's a link with my production calendar in Notion to my Apple calendar. So let's start with the first one. I can share this with producers. Now, you might think that's a bit over the top. Why would you want to do that? Well, the reason for me to share this with a producer is that he or she can check my availability, obviously. To do that is just go up to share, then click on publish, put this on the web, and then copy this link and give it to the person that you want your availability to be visible to. Then this is the page that they will get. They don't have to log into it. They just see it on the internet, on a browser. Now, the cool thing about this is that the producer or person that you work with can see at a glance if you're available on, let's say, the 17th. If you're available, he or she can just text you like, hey, I scheduled you for the 17th. Good to have you on board. What I do whenever I get a day, let's say the 17th, I click on the plus icon, I do DDS for AI person. Let's say that's the episode or the thing that we're shooting. Then the client is VPRO, and then it's freelance work. I can add my work template, which is the way that I add notes into this. So let's say it's the 15th of July and I have a call with the director. I open up this new block that I just created for that gig, open my work template, and I always like to have it on side peak, that way. And this is what pops up. You can customize this to your liking. You can put pretty much everything into this, but this is very basic and structured for me. Now, for example, I'm on the phone. He or she says to me like, okay, you definitely need to bring an extra camera. Sony FX3 with gimbal. Also bring a car mount. And bring an umbrella. Perfect. Then this is what I have to check. So the day before, when I do my camera prep, I always check these boxes. And when these boxes are checked, it means that it's on the pile to bring or in my car. Now, on this section, general reminders, it's usually something like a rainy day, very dark in the room, which brings me to bring extra Amaran 200X with softbox and light stand, boom, and cables, also very important. So this is how I go about it, right? I'm calling, all these things pop up, and while I'm calling, I type that stuff in. If I don't do that, I lose it. I hang up the phone and I lost it. I don't have a way to get that memory back because my mind's already 20 steps ahead, all right? So I have to do it in the moment, and that's why this system is rock solid to me. Another thing, the day when I do my prep, is I just check which camera rig I want to bring. If you're curious what kind of rigs I have, check the video after watching this one, but it's up here or in the description below. It's basically all the rigs that I have for different purposes. So this is a TV rig. So then I just check all these boxes, right? Once all these boxes are checked, I know for sure that I have everything to shoot, right? I can forget an umbrella, for example, that's fine. Well, I cannot because it's in here, but if I didn't write it down, I could. But if I check it, it's with me. That's just something that I have in mind. Now, there's another section, shot list. If it's a more commercial type shoot, we often use a shot list. And if it's a bigger project, say multi-day, I have multiple meetings, pre-production meetings, or all that stuff, and those go in here. So let's say PPM date is let's say the 26th, and comments very long meeting, boom. And then I just open it, and all the things that were talked about or, are of importance to me go in here just with a bullet point. All right, so that's that. And this way I have all the notes I need with me. I can check it at a glance, and it's very structured. Compare that to, the 17th, let's go there. Here, AI person, it's already linked, but I'll get to that later. Let's say I make something like that here. I have to do it with these notes, To me, this is not convenient and it doesn't work. So that's why I use Notion. The third one is a small one, but it's of vital importance, to be dramatic, which is list view or table view. Now, I often get an Excel sheet or Google Sheets with all the dates lined up when there's something scheduled, right? So I get a big list in the beginning of this whole production showing all the dates that they want to shoot. Now, you can, of course, tick it off like this, but because it's listed in a list, it's even better to have that list as well with all the actual dates. So I can just check, all right, 15, 16, and say 20, are they on that list? I can make a split screen, on one screen, have it both in the same screen so I can check it off real fast. I don't know, just a really nice added feature. Now, the fourth reason for me to use this is I have a link with my calendar, my Apple Calendar, which I use with my phone. It's synced across all my Apple devices. Why was this here? Damn it. And the way to do that is with my connections. So I use Notion Cafe, which is a really cool tool built by Bram. I will link this in the description below. You can check it out. It's free to use. And if you want the premium version, which I have, is only 30 euros a year. It will make sure it's synced to your Apple Calendar. Why is this important? I have a lot of calendars. I'm pointing to the screen, but right here. Yeah, so all these calendars have a lot of data in it. It did happen to me previously that I accidentally, if it's the same here, for example, that I accidentally dragged this to another day. And basically whatever is in my calendar is, of vital importance. By having a link with my Notion means that I cannot drag these accidentally to another date because it's linked to my Notion workflow. And right here, I wouldn't really drag it too fast because I'm more, focused when I work in this production calendar. But in here, I have a lot of stuff in my calendar, in my private life, my YouTube, my shoot work calendar. There's loads of stuff in there. So to have it locked to that day is very nice. So that kind of, finalizes this whole video. If you have any questions regarding everything or anything that I just showed you, please feel free to drop it into the comments and we'll catch each other in the next video. Bye.